Well,
This is warm. We need to get to eating.
this computer's locked up. So
Here.
I was going to play Allan, the food dude's walk-on music, but I can't. This computer just locked up. So Allan's here. Hi, Allan.
Hey, you know what? Let's let the food do the talking. How about that? Yeah. Because today you'll notice you didn't get one implement. You got two. You got a knife and a fork.
Yes.
And it's warm. And congratulations, you're going to fire your day off with
Is this meatloaf with gravy?
meatloaf.
The fine Italian food known as meatloaf.
Well, you know, there is, you know, in almost every culture, some form of meatloaf.
Yeah. No, that's a...
And welcome to what happens to Italian croutons and breading when you didn't use them for the Italian food. You turn around and make meatloaf out of them. So, in a roundabout sort of way.
I say Italian because my mom used to make meatloaf with marinara sauce on top.
Okay, a lot of people do. I happen to have lots of extra brown gravy left over this week.
Oh, I love this.
This is great.
And, you know, congratulations. Welcome to such a common standard that there have got to be, 1,000 variations? Everybody's grandmother makes it different. And I'm sitting there looking at, I've got all these croutons and everything with Italian food. And I went, you know, I bet I can make meatloaf out of that.
Is this spicy?
It is. It also has fresh tomatoes and green chilies because, well, the garden is blooming, as you love to talk about.
I can live without the spice, Allan.
Well, you didn't get any cheese either, so I figured, you know.
Or crunch, but that's okay because I'm a big fan of meatloaf. What's the history of meatloaf?
You know, it actually goes way, it's actually got a really huge history, and it's tied to steak tartare, where they used to, like, you know, put a really tough cut of meat under the saddle so that when you got done, when you rode there, it had been softened up enough you could eat it.
It's been under your keister for the whole trail.
Yeah, boom, 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 you know. Meatloaf is just, it's the classic of we have a very limited, precious resource, the protein, and we're trying to stretch it as far as we can go.
Yeah,
Whether it's a wheat, a rice, a breading, whatever starch you can. The name of the game is precious small resource. Let's stretch it out so everybody in the cave, you know, gets some chow.
All right, you got to share this with everybody. What's the website address where people can get this recipe? Because this is so good.
Yeah, Tim has been eating on this the whole time. He's like been preoccupied by the meatloaf. Tim loves the meat that loafs.
Yeah, he does. TheCookingTodayShow.com, and they can follow along with our little kitchen shenanigans there. There'll be, of course, pictures, recipes, and all that kind of good stuff.
I like this. It's got brown gravy on it.
It does.
Wow. All right, there it is. Allan, the food dude, TheCookingTodayShow.com. Thanks, Allan.
You're welcome.